All right, force platforms. Well, this is a portable force platform. They run about $1,000, and you can move them around. They're great for teaching, great for demonstrating forces. Pretty easy to use. Data acquisition is through Pasco, P-A-S-C-O. I think you can actually download that data acquisition program and use it for at least a period of time. And lots of different sensors that get plugged into a very simple USB. This one does not have the USB part, but I can do another video, and I do have another video with demonstrating different movements on this platform in outside the lab. So it's actually pretty useful. So let's just look at the guts of this. So this, go this way. This force platform is sensitive in two axes, vertical and parallel in that one dimension. If there's a third dimension, it'd be parallel in this dimension, okay? So this is two dimensions, vertical and in this dimension here. So let's take a look and see what is inside here. So let me put my camera down for a second. I'm going to flip it over. And now I've already taken out all the bolts of all this that holds this back plate on. This back plate is actually really important for the functioning of this. But here's the inner guts of the portable force platform. You can see it has 4 sensors, 1 in each quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th one here on its side. Each of these sensors is sensitive in one dimension. In that dimension, the way that arrow is pointing, that's the axis that's sensitive. So if I squeeze in this direction, like trying to compress it this way, it's not going to measure anything. If I squeeze this in this dimension, it will actually measure force. And if I squeeze in this dimension from the long way, it's not going to measure anything. All right, so it's only sensitive in one direction. This is a strain gauge in there, okay? That's how this is measuring force. And so the amount of electrical resistance is proportional to how much force is being applied to this sensor. So it's only sensitive in that direction. All right, so let's see, let me put that back in here. Just run out these cables through here. So the way that this force platform will operate is for the vertical force, it will actually measure all 4 of these corners concurrently, and then it will just add them up because they're all vertical, and they should be all vertical, and all the same dimension or direction, so they can just just add them up mathematically. This transducer is on its side. It's sensitive in this direction. So this sensor by itself is measuring the parallel force in this dimension, just like we looked at when I had the plate flipped over on the other side. If I wanted to measure the other parallel component, I'd have to put another sensor in here, and I'd have to put it sideways, perpendicular or orthogonal to the one that's in there already. Then I'd have 3 dimensions. All right, so couple things. One is, if you ever use this force platform, what's really important is to have the feet plugged in correctly. All right. If you've got a force platform that's missing a foot, a peg, it's no good. Okay. These pegs are so important, and they're important that they're screwed in correctly, in that every one of these is in contact with the ground when you have it set up. And ideally, if I flip this back over, the platform is level, okay? You want this to be level so that all these force transducers are measuring a vertical force. If this is not level, then it's not measuring vertical force. It's measuring something else. It's measuring the normal force, normal to the surface. You may want to do that. You could put this on a ramp and actually measure the force normal to the surface or perpendicular to the surface. All right. And that's all you would get. You would not get the vertical force relative to gravity. And again, that might be something you desire, that you want. So when you use these, I've walked into a lab and one time one of these feet was off. Remember, this backing board is here. And this foot goes in here. And I walked in and the portable force platform only had 3 feet. 3 of these plugged in. And I'm like, this is not working. Or it's not being used the way it was designed to be used. It's working, but you're only using 3 sensors. You got to have this foot in there. And if the feet are not in contact with the ground and the force platform wobbles, you're having problems as well. And so you got to make sure that these feet are screwed in, and they are attached in a way that they're all touching the ground, and the platform of the force plate is level. All right, pretty simple device though. And our Kistler force platform and our AMTI force platform actually work with really the same principle, just different types of force transducers in each of those, or more expensive force transducers are in those. All right, that's it for the Pasco portable force platform.